गुरुनाथ महाराज की अरम कोंड रामा पोற்றி अरुमै इளையவன் போற்றி திருமகளாம் கற்பின் வடிவம் நிலமகள் போற்றி போற்றி சந்திர சூரியர் போற்றி ருதிர நான்முகன் போற்றி இந்திர தேவனே போற்றி. When there is no hope left, but world doesn't end with that. Need not be our life end hopeless, desperate. As long as we have one ray of hope, we will have the path open before us by some way. That is what we understand from the last Upanyasams of Hanuman prostrating to Sita Devi and getting hope of a new place called the Ashoka Vana, where he is yet to explore and where he is yet to search for Sita Mata. Right? That is where we stopped, right? So when Hanuman was ready to regain his hope and utsaham, the path opens ahead for us. The universe is a very, very beautiful creation that will give you path if you ask for one. If you really want to make a path, if you really want to come out well, you will get all the opportunities. Only thing is, you should not give up the hope. So when Hanuman didn't give up the hope, he got one more lead, that is the Ashoka Vana, where he is yet to explore and find Sita Mata. So Hanuman became very happy that he can go into Ashoka Vana and look for Sita Devi. So Pupluvecha Mahakapihi, he just leapt into the Ashoka Vana. And the Ashoka Vana is such a beautiful place where all the time in the year, spring season is maintained. You can see all kind of flowers blooming, blossoming with fragrance of them, and you can see all kind of fruits. There are beautiful streams, chill, pleasant stream. The entire place is very ecstatic. And Hanuman was passing through the Ashoka Vana, and when he was leaping and jumping onto the trees, going from one branch to another branch, looking around for Sita Devi, there were so many birds which are happily sleeping on the branches of those trees. And these birds, for a moment they woke up and they saw Hanuman. You know how Hanuman was at that time? He was going from one tree to another tree, right? At that time, in all his Rama, in all his hair follicles, there were flowers. Because the flowers are falling from the trees that got into Hanuman. Hanuman was like someone made up of flowers. So he was moving from tree to tree with so much of flowers all over him. And these birds opened the eyes and they thought, maybe God of spring is here. In their dreamy state, they were feeling, oh, this is probably God of spring. Vasanta Devatiye vandu இப்படி விளையாடிட்டு இருக்கார் போல இருக்கு. It was thinking in their small chota brain, they were feeling, dreaming like this, and then again they went to sleep. They were happily sleeping, and Hanuman, without making much of an ado, he was moving from tree to tree, and finally at one point of time he thought, I feel this place has some kind of a different charge, different kind of vibration. I get a feel here, a kind of shantam, a peaceful feeling I'm getting here. Maybe ito drakshyami vaidehim Rama darshana lalasam. I guess this is where I'm going to see Sita Mata, who is literally in thirst of drinking Rama with her eyes. She wants to drink Rama with her eyes. Her eyes are in a thirst to see her Lord. I know that because I see her Lord who is like that. So obviously Sita Devi will be like that. I'm going to have the darshan of that Tapaswini probably here. That's what my inner mind is telling me. There is a beautiful stream here. Probably Sandhyarte Varavarnini Sandhyakala Mana Shyama Sandhyarte Varavarnini. When the Sandhya Kalam, when the twilight comes, she would probably come here for her evening prayers. So let me wait here patiently. I have a feeling this place probably will be the place of the residence of that lady of Rama. When he was waiting there with this feeling, in a further distance, he is looking at a scene. There were so many ogres, so many demonesses, very terrific rakshasis, who are odd, very odd. They are all sitting in one underneath a tree. And with careful observation, when Hanuman was seeing, he is able to see a lady sitting amidst them. A very young lady. When compared to all these demons, she is like out of place. She is very soft. She is very tender. She seems to be very kind. And she is reciting some Lord's name again and again and again. And she is crying. The tears are flowing from her eyes continuously. There were the drip of the tears falling from her eyes, and there was no one to wipe it off for her. The tears which are falling, that get dried up, mixed with all the dust in that place, and then the fresh amount of the tears are falling from her eyes. It represents her wound is still alive. Her wound of separation is very much alive. Every day, she is literally waiting for her Lord to come and pick her up. So she is suffering. She is in the pangs of separation, is what Hanuman could make it out. And he is also carefully noticing the cloth of her. It's dusty, but the color of the cloth reminds something to Hanuman. When someday back, when a Rakshasa was kidnapping a girl, abducting a girl in Akasha when she was going, she got a part of her cloth and put her jewels and dropped it down. And it was Hanuman who picked it up and kept it in safe. And when Rama came, Rama assured that it was Sita's cloth and the jewels were Sita's. So the dress what he had seen in which the jewels were cladded with, he is seeing the same dress here. The same material, only that it has been dusted. So in his mind, he is comparing all those clues and evidences. There were no photo, there were no WhatsApp those days where you can show a video of Sita Devi and shows this is Sita Devi, this is how she will be. So how he can find out with all those clues which he had, all those evidences, and he could find the parts and parts of the jewels. She probably taken a few of the jewels in a rush. One of her hair jewel, one of her earrings, one of her bangles. Now the other parts are still on her body. She didn't even care whether she is having one earring or one necklace or one part of the bangles. Nothing she cares. So Hanuman is able to find the match, find the pair of the jewels which was left behind. So all these things, and beyond that, the way she is in tapasya here, the way she is not accepting these demonas, that shows Hanuman that this is definitely our Ram's wife. Tato malina samvitam. She is filled with all that kind of dust, which shows she is not cooperating with anything over here. She is in her own tapasya. Tato malina samvitam rakshasi bihi samavritam upavasa krisham dinam nishvasantim punah punaha dadarsha shukla pakshadahu chandra rekamivaamalam mandam pragyaayamanena rupena ruchi Shiraprabham Pinadam Dhumajalena Shikamiva Vibhavasohom Tato Malina Samvidam. As I told, she is out of the place. She was like the beautiful ritualistic fire which was shunned and which was covered by the dust. Pugayil Marainda Velvithiyo Ival Setril Marainda Tamarayo Manalil Marainda Tanga Padumayo Megatil Marainda Nilavin Vadivo Annayai Kanda Vanaranum Mangu Kannir Malgiye Kai Kuvita. She was like the beautiful Chandra, moon, which was hidden underneath the black clouds. She was like a golden statue, the golden goddess statue, which was just smeared with the dust. She was like a crowncha, she crowncha. The lovebirds, once when one of them leaves the other, they will die. Or they will be in such a miserable state in which Sita Devi, in which this lady is in right now. She was like a crowncha pakshi, which was away from her lover. And she was like a creeper which had her pillar uprooted from her. The creeper usually uses a pillar to climb up, the climbers and creepers. And when the climber's pillar is taken away, the climber falls and then it dies. She is like that. I am so fortunate to see this lady of penance. I am very much wonderstruck how Rama can live without this lady. He had seen how Rama has been in Tadapana, how Rama has been suffering with the pangs of separation from these ladies. He himself is telling that Stri Pranashteti Karunyat Ashriteti Andrisham Syataha Patni Nashteti Shokena Priya iti Madanena cha. Having lost this lady, Rama is suffering in 4 ways. Stri Pranashta iti Karunyat. She is a lady. A lady has to be taken care of by a man of all the powers and all the virtues, with all his virtues and with his courage. But this lady of the man is lost, so the manly Rama is suffering because of his karuna, because of his kripa towards her, because of his merciful and gratitude-filled heart. He is suffering because of that. Ashriteti Andrasam Syataka. She has surrendered to that Lord. She had submitted herself to that Lord. Rama is a Andrashamsya, that is the one who cannot give up on the people who comes to him, who takes refuge in him. Rama can never give up on his own people who had come to the refuge in him. And now he has lost the greatest refuge of all. Sita, he is a refuge and she is a refugee. She is greatest of all the refugees who had come to Rama. She had that much of confidence, 100%, 200% confidence in Rama. Out of 100, she had 200% confidence in Rama. Such a confident person, and Rama is confident. Confident is such a close person of Rama. She is lost, so because of his virtue of not giving up also, Rama is suffering. Ashriteti Andrisham Syataha. And a patni. During the time of marriage, the man takes a vow that he will not give up her hand at any circumstances. He will take care of her. They will walk through the fire and ice together. Whatever comes in life, we will walk through together, hand in hand. So she was such a partner to him, and having given the vow of taking care of her, now that vow is broken when Sita was stolen, right underneath his eyes. He could have been even more better in his decisions, so he could have taken care of well. That is what Rama is feeling in his mind. Sometimes mothers, what they do, children sometimes do some mistakes. They will not eat. Mother will give the food. They will not eat at the school. They will come back home very hungry. And the mother will think, I should have probably made something interesting. Or should have made the child, told the child several times, it's my mistake. And sometimes the child would probably get a cold. The mother will think, oh, I could have protected the child in a better way. I should have got up in the night at 2 o'clock and should have checked whether this little one is having the blanket over him or not. See, I was wrong. I haven't done it. Who can be awake up until 2 o'clock in the night and monitor this guy, this little 4-year-old, throwing their blanket away and sleeping in the chillness and getting the cold? How can the mother be responsible? But a mother will always feel that. The mother's heart will always think, I should have done a little more extra to this child. That is the real love and affection. The one who takes care of us, because of their affection towards us, they will always think, I should have probably gone little more steps for my loved ones. That's what Rama feels for his loved one. I should have taken care of her even more better. I lost her. Priyayati madanena cha. So in all these ways, Rama is literally trembling, literally shaken with the sorrow for his lady. But I feel that's not enough. Because for this lady, anything can be done. For this lady, Rama himself had done so much. For her only, he had broken that vow and married her in pomp and show. And for this lady, he hadn't even listened to his mothers and taken her to the forest along with him. For this lady only, he roamed in Chitrakuta hill, making himself also very happy that they are in the forest. He hasn't even showed his sorrow outside. That much he had devoted himself for her. For Sita's sake only, Rama remained so happy in the forest, so that she will also be happy. For this lady only, Virada was killed. For the sake of this lady, all the 14,000 Rakshasas were killed, and Shurpanaka's nose cut was happened. So nose cut and ear cut were happening. For the sake of this lady only, Sugriva got his kingdom. For the sake of lady, Kabanda was killed. Kabanda got moksha. For the sake of lady, lakhs and lakhs of Vanaras are right now searching all through the world. And for the sake of the lady, when Sampati was telling what happened, he got his own wings. For the sake of this lady only, I have crossed this ocean. For the sake of this lady only, everybody is looking forward, searching everywhere. Avalai kande ningu endru narndar. Wow, I am so fortunate to see such a lady, and for her sake, anything can be done. Rajyam va trishulokeshu Sita va janakatmaja Trailokya rajyam sakalam Sitaya nopniyat kalam. If a person keeps all the world's treasure in one side of balance na tarasitata. In one side of the balance, when all the treasures of the world is kept, and another side, if Sita Devi is kept, I feel for Sita Devi's one ray from her toes, this entire world's wealth won't be equalized. That is her Mahatmya, that is her chastity, that is her tapasya, that is her true, selfless, pure love towards Rama. For this lady, even if Rama turns this entire world upside down, I feel that could be apt. He can even turn this entire world upside down for this lady love of him. But I feel that though he loves her so much, how come he is not yet given up his life? Because without this lady, one cannot live. Without this affectionate lady, having known this affectionate lady has gone through this much of trouble, if Rama is still breathing, that shows Rama's control over his emotions. That man is another great Sagara. I am so blessed to know these two beautiful oceans. One side Sita Devi's Pativratya and her pure affection towards her Lord, by which he is safeguarding herself to submit herself back to the Lord. And another side there is Rama, who is able to manage his emotions, manage his difficulties, his shokas, miseries, and still able to plan, maintain things, manage things, and make lot of efforts, though he loves her to that much extent. I am so blessed to meet these two people. When Hanuman was thinking all these things, there was almost the end of the night, and in the middle of the night, this Rakshasa is waking up. Who is that Rakshasa? I can't hear. Ravana, yes. Ravana is waking up very early in the morning, in the late nights, in the last prahar of the night. He just gets up after all those partying he did last night. When some amount of hosh he is getting, the first feeling that comes to him is, how can I get this lady Sita for myself? I should do my prayasa. When you really want to do something, at night when you lose the hope, in the early morning you will feel again, okay, why can't I try again, right? But that hope and your object of aspiration should be good ones. Then the world will help you. If your object of aspiration is a wrong one, an adharmic one, they will be led in the path of Ravana only. So Ravana comes to this Ashoka Vana, the pleasant grove. He thinks by keeping her in such a pleasant place, she might get tempted. Who will get tempted? The Indriyas or not above her? She is above all Indriyas. It will take a long while for Ravana to even understand such a thing, because he is already in the class of Indriyas. So he thinks everybody will be like this. They can get addicted to the senses once the sensory pleasures are given. So he keeps giving all happy, ecstatic environment for Sita Devi. But Sita Devi was not at all moving. Unwavered determination she has. When Ravana comes to her place, Sita is trembling like the plantain tree. How the Vazhamaram, how the plantain tree is trembling. Pravate Kadaliyata. She, with all her thoughts, she is going towards her Lord in her mind. Samipam Rajasangasya Ramasya Viditatmanaha Sankalpaya Samyuktai Yanti Miva Manorataihi. Wherever you are, you may not be able to probably control all the situations, all the people around you, or all the incidents that's happening for you. But one thing you can definitely control beyond all those things, and that one thing is your senses. The senses are the real ones which are under our control, which can be brought to control. But once you become under the control of the senses, even if the situations around you, even the people around you, even the environment around you, even the events that is happening around you are good, you will go astray. So, that which maintains your good path is your control over your own senses. And this lady of Ram is having the control over her senses with her intellect as a charioteer and having her senses as the horse. She is taking them through her mind, the chariot, towards her Lord, Sri Rama. All her thoughts were towards Rama, 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 and Rama alone. So what can this puny Ravana do before her? Probably what would he do at the max? He can kill her? Okay, so be it. Why should I care? You can kill me, but you can't get my affection. And that affection is only for my husband. I cannot, accept your unrequited love. I cannot accept these kind of relationship. So she is giving him a check. Being in his place, she is giving him a check. She is literally a terror to the terror of that place. Ravana is a terror for everyone, and Sita is the terror of that terror, Ravana. She is terrorizing him. How can she be very strong like that? As long as you are in your own discipline and as long as you consider the discipline is the greatest of all, there is nothing else for you to gain other than this discipline. You don't worry about what you are losing. If I don't get money, I don't care. If I don't get health sometimes, I don't care. We have seen people, right, Panta, Bairagi and all. They were put in the oil, heated oil. The oil is burning and he was put in the heated oil. He was asked to give up his discipline. He was asked to give up his Sanatana Dharma. He said, as long as I breathe, I'll be a Sanatani. What can you do for me? At the max, you can probably kill this Sharira. You can torture this Sharira. But my mind is under my control. And my mind is filled with the discipline which I want to follow. And none can do anything to me. And we are kids, we are from that country where there are so many sages, so many noble souls who had traveled farther apart, further past this Sharira. And such a kind of huge group is meeting in Mahakumbh at this juncture, at this point of time. There are so many virtuous souls. There were so many noble sannyasis, noble Mahangal, noble people, so many great men who had control over their senses. Lakhs and lakhs of such devotees are meeting in India at Mahakumbh right now. That is India's power. That is India's backbone. Tapasya and renunciation is the backbone of India. And we are all blessed to be born in such Bharat. And we are blessed to be following such Swachhata of the Bharat, such purity of the Bharat. That is our Pitrarjitam. That is the wealth we have from our ancestors, from our predecessors. And for all those predecessors, the mother of all those predecessors is sitting in that Ashoka Grove. The one who had made everything to be in the disciplined path is that Lord himself and his lady herself. And such a lady couldn't be done by anything, this puny person, Ravana couldn't do anything to her. At the max you can kill me, go ahead, kill me. You can't have me. You cannot have me at all, is what she is giving him as an answer. And he comes, she picks the grass, the blade of the grass, and just throws it at him. See, that's your limit. You're not supposed to cross that limit. Be there. As long as you are in your discipline, as long as you are truthful to your virtues, as long as you are truthful to the facts, to the truth itself, nobody can do anything. They cannot mar your grandeur. They can do anything to your Sharira or to your wealth or anything, but they can't mar your nobility. The nobility is out of your own senses, out of your own inner tapasya, and which cannot be taken away by anyone. And such a person of tapasya will be obviously obeyed by the people somehow. Even this kind of Rakshasa finds it hard to talk to her. Kusi pesalutran. He is little bit in terror to talk to her. Basmarga Tejasa. With her penance, even she can burn him into ashes. So he is also worried to do anything on her, anything at her. But he is trying to shake her beliefs. He says, Shanke Jivati Vanava. Why are you still crying Rama, 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 Rama? You know, I'm not sure whether that guy is still alive or not. I have sent more Rakshasas back again to Janasthana. He would have probably taken care of. If he had been taken care of, Ravana would have got the message. But why he is saying he would have been taken care of? He is always trying to shake the soft mind of Sita Devi. So he is telling all such nonsenses to her. He says, you know what? Kanne kan bai yaldan vali mayai penne ramane marandiduvai selviye en selvam anubhavipai ni janakanudan nangu pagirndiduvai. Oh dear Sita, you know, there are so much of treasures in my country. You take everything you want. You can even share it with your kith and kin. You can send lots and lots of wealth, the carts and carts of wealth to your father Janaka. You can do anything you want. You can be my Agra Mahishi. You will be my Ishta Mahishi. There are 10,000s of demonesses around this area. All of them will pledge you as their queen. Everybody will be your slave. I myself will be your slave. You just have to say, okay, that's it. After that, your life will become so much colorful. Why are you still thinking about that person, Rama, who is probably not even alive by now? When Ravana was talking such kind of nonsensical thoughts, she is keeping him in his own place. Viditas sagidharmagnaha sharanagata vatsalaha tena maitri bhavatu te yadi jeevitum nichasi. Viditas sagidharmagnaha. What do you know about my Rama? Or what do you know about even dharma? Satova nanu vartase iha santona vasanti satova nanu vartase. What do you know about dharma at all? You have learned so many shastras, you are claiming that you know a lot of things, you understood a lot of things, you learned a lot of things, but all the shastra sara is to be virtuous. But you have known nothing. At least if there are circumferences around you, if there are environment around you where good people are there, you can learn from that. But it's not true that you are not having good environment. There are cultured people around you for sure. There are good people around you for sure. But still, you haven't learnt anything from them. Vibhishana's daughter, Malyavan, even Ravana's own mother, she is asking him to give back Sita, Mandodari, so many people around him who are telling him good things. Always good advices and good people are always around us. Ano Bhadra Kratavoyantu Vishwataha. We are getting good thoughts from everywhere. We are not opening our ears and heart for those things. So we are not getting the saram of all those things. We have good people with us, but we are too arrogant to think about them or even consider them. And Ravana, you are doing the same thing. At least now, open your eyes. Still nothing has immersed into the water. I can still make things better for your life. All you have to do is just take me back to Rama, and you don't even have to do a sharanagati to him. You don't even have to be a refugee. You can just tell, let us be friends. Even that is enough. You don't even need to go and surrender to him. I can help you. Do you think Rama may not take you? I can probably recommend for you. So this much she is telling. She and her Lord they don't want bloodshed. They want everyone to be living in peace. So she is expressing such things. Even after going the torture for 10 months, she is ready to forgive him. That's her heart. Sometimes somebody will make mistakes. They will probably hurt us, knowingly or unknowingly. But once we get insulted, once we get hurt, we'll be like, I will take my revenge. One day he will also do such mistakes. That day I will give with all the interest I will give back. With all my interest and the interest for what he did. நல்லா நான் என்னோட பிரியத்தெல்லாம் அங்கே காட்டுறேன், வச்சு செஞ்சிடறேன் பாரு, அவனை விட்டேனா பாரு, எனக்கு பண்ணியிருக்கான்ல அவனை விட்டேனா பாரு அப்படின்னு தானே we all will, generally normal people will think. But look at Sita Devi, nakaschitna paradhyati. She is not considering his mistakes. She is ready to give up on her thoughts of, purifying him in a hard way. She says you can still purify yourself, but just that for that purification you have to have confession. Once you come and be with my Lord, by seeing his goodness, by pledging, the friendship with him, you have to probably confess. You have to think about your wrong deeds. All you have to do is only think about the wrong deeds. You don't even have to accept outside. Outwardly, you don't have to go and say, I am sorry, I did a mistake. Sometimes we do that, right? Sometimes we do make mistakes. We don't feel like saying and going and telling people, I did a mistake, I'm sorry. But somehow, we will try to be in good books of them. We will try to behave well, make things better after that. Not everyone has a broad mind to go ask sorry. And not everybody has a broad mind to accept that properly. அன்னைக்கு என்கிட்ட சாரி சொன்னவன் தானே நீ, next time அவளே தப்பு பண்ணாலும் they will think, you will come and say sorry to me, I know you. So those are all the reasons which is making us to be afraid of asking sorry for the mistakes we did sometimes. But People who can say such things, who can understand and accept things are very less. But Rama is not like that. Though you go back to him, even if you don't confess outwardly, if you have it inside and you behave in a very proper, in a virtuous manner, Rama will take you as your friend. We can all be friends. We can all be together. There is no need for bloodshed. There is no need for unnecessary controversies. Why don't you listen to me? When Sita was telling such nice words, Ravana is getting his tempo built up. His tempo is getting raised. He is getting more and more anger. He is filled with anger. His eyes are filled with anger. He was like, what? Whom do you ask such kind of things? Do you think I am ready to do such kind of finicky things? Whom do you think me as? I am the great Lord himself. When he was turning into that side, that is where Sita Devi says, Yadi Jeevitum Ichchasi. As I am preaching in a soft way, do you degrade this? Do you underestimate my Lord? Wait until Rama Garudo Mahan. Wait until the eagle called Rama split open the venomous snake like Rakshasas with his arrows. You are going to see that one day. He is going to tear you all apart. That is what is going to happen. You have wronged the elephant in drought. You have wronged the lion which is in hunger, and wait for your destiny. This is the path you yourself making for you. When Sita Devi was roaring like a lioness in his place, Ravana is feeling insulted because among all the ogres, the demoness and all his wives, he does not want to be put down. So he got so much into angry, and he is even taking a step ahead. Probably he want to assault her. But more than Ravana Patnis know much better about his state and her status. So, with all their eyes, they were pleading Sita Devi, please forgive him. Don't be in anger. Like that, they are requesting her with the eyes. And a couple of them among them, Danimalani and Mandodari. One place it says Mandodari, one place it says Danimalani. So probably both of them thought Ravana will meet his fall soon. If he doesn't, if he tries to assault Sita. Thinking like that, they were taking him away. They say, my Lord, come back home, come back to the palace with us. Let's go enjoy. Don't think about the lady who doesn't even care about you. Then you will get more and more pangs of separation. Instead, we are all there for you. Let's go home, let's play. Like that, they have been telling as if they are supporting Ravana. Because Ravana has lost his face here, right? So when everyone is looking at him in an embarrassed way, he will become more embarrassed. He cannot go out of it. So he will try to do some insulting. Instead, they were like, making that situation loose, and they were taking him away. But while going, Ravana is telling to all the Rakshasis, oh Rakshasis, I am giving you all a job to do. Job to do? Yes. Something which is very easy and so cool for you all. Just start torturing Sita, but verbal tortures. You should not touch her, but you can give any kind of verbal torture to her, such a way she will accept me as her husband. She gets to torn into pieces with words or any means that taunts her heart. She should feel hopeless in such a way that I am the only hope to save her. You can do anything to get her into such a kind of miserable place. Is this called affection? People out there are saying, Ravana is such an affectionate person. He didn't touch the lady whom he brought to his house. He hadn't given her any kind of difficulties. What else can be more of a difficulty than a verbal torture and the glances with which he is looking at her? When Sita Devi is talking to Hanuman later, finally she says one thing to Hanuman, Drishtischa na sukhamayi. The way he looks at me is tearing me into pieces. So that much is her pen mind. That much is her beautiful feminine grandeur. She does not want him to think about her even through the thoughts. So when his drishti on her, when his glance on her is penetrating, she is horribly wounded. And such kind of wound is the greatest torture a person can give for a lady. So when he is such a kind of person, some murkas, some fools out there are telling Ravana is very gentle, very kind. He didn't do anything to Sita. So you all, the devotees of Ramayana, the learners of Ramayana, you have to prove to the outside world, you have to explain to the outside world is what is Sita, what kind of difficulty she went through, how she came upon all those things and maintained her discipline, what is the real Ravana, what is the, all those masked people outside. These days people are saying Ravana only kidnapped Sita because as a revenge for his daughter, for his sister Shurpanaka, who didn't do anything other than just proposing to Rama. We all know how she went to assault his wife, how she went to strangle her to death. If somebody is trying to kill us, as a defense we can even kill them back. The law will accept us as a defense. If we can't do anything at all, and just to protect us if somebody shot at someone who is trying to attack them, until that extent the law is giving acceptance. Because if it is proved that he was trying to kill you, you were under attack, in that time unknowingly we do something and he gets killed, still law will help us. So even at that time, when Sita was about to be killed, these two heroes, these two warriors were not killing Shurpanaka. They were only condemning her. They were only giving her a minimal punishment. Nose can be easily put back by surgeries. But it's a nose cut is a shame. It's an insult for her to stop doing it. So they have done it. But they were portraying Shurpanaka as someone who was very, very softly, gently proposed to Rama. And what Rama did back was like a severe crime for her. And what Ravana did was, as a helper, as his daughter, sister, he was coming. He didn't come for his sister. He came for Sita, for her beauty, for abducting her and for enjoying her. He did all those things for himself. He had done the same thing to many, many ladies out there. The Naga Kanyas, Yaksha Kanyas, Gandharva Kanyas, so many people, not alone just Kanyas, those who are married were also abducted by him. He was such a filthy fellow who was having some power, so he is having so many people obeying him, and he is plundering wealth and sharing that wealth with his people. So he has been, prized as Lord and stuffs. He has his own grandeur as a villain. So for all those sakes, we cannot call him as a hero. People unknowingly or ignorantly or foolishly calling Ravana as a hero and Rama as a villain. They are such a foolish person, they don't care, probably even if their mothers and sisters were abducted. Probably that is the reason why they cannot understand the pain of Rama's wife being abducted. Pain of the wife was separated from the husband. So those things are the real human values which are not understood these days by the people. We have to probably understand our priorities and our virtues well. We have to stand for the truth. To explain about this filthy Ravana and what he did. When he asked all the ogresses there to hurt, to taunt Sita Devi, they thought this is a beautiful opportunity. They all sat around her. They started talking to her. One of the Rakshasis is telling, "Oh Sita, so beautiful. So far you have been living with one husband. Appa, that's a very big thing. I don't know how you did all along just with one husband. But it is enough, Amma. Why do you want to continue it? Only one man. Why don't you go ahead? Our Lord Rakshasa, we have never seen such a handsome person like Ravana, and that Ravana wants to marry you. You are not accepting him. What kind of lady are you?" Then another person is telling, "Hey, you move. I will talk to her. She should not be talked in a softer way. Are you accepting Ravana or not? Or we will pluck your eyes out. We will kill you. We will, strangle your neck." They were saying so many horrible words. But she can take all those verbal tortures of, torturing her physical parts. But she can't accept only one torture. They said, "Ravanam vaja bhartaram bhartaram sarva rakshasam." You have Ravana as your husband. Ravana and Sita would be a good couple. When they were saying such things, it was like pouring acid into her ears. She cannot even by words feel connected to Ravana. Manidharkena pechupadil vazhagillen. The Andal Nachiyar, when someone was just telling, "Can we see our Andal to the Kuppan? Can we see our Kodai to the Kuppan in our street?" The moment she heard such thing, Kodai and Kuppan, she fell unconscious. She cannot even think even in the words connecting her to some other person. Such was their chastity. Such was their unique devotion to their Lord. And so how Sita Mata can accept it? And so Sita Mata's ears were filled with all such filthy words which were tearing her soul with these words. And so she was crying, Chinna Binnamai Ennai Seidalum Seetram Konde Ennai Kizhitherindaலும் ஆராமுதனாம் ராகவனை யான் மறந்தும் மறையோனை மறக்க மாட்டேன் சின்ன பின்னமாய் Chinna binna prabhinnava. Even if you tear me into pieces, even if you burn me into ashes, none of the pieces of my body, the cut pieces of my body or the burnt ashes of my body will not say any other name than my Lord Rama. That is me and Rama. சத்தியவானை சாவித்ரி போலும் சூரிய தேவனை சுவச்சரை போலும் நலனைடதானே தமயந்தி போலும் நலமிக்க சௌதாசனை மதயந்தி போலும் வசிஷ்ட முனிவரே அருந்ததி போலும் சிட்டராமத்தீரியே அனசூயை போலும் சோமனை ரோகிணி தேவியார் போலும் ராமனையானிங்கு அனுசரிக்கின்றேன் ராமனையானிங்கு அனுசரிக்கின்றேன் சூரிய தேவனை சுவர்ச்சலா தேவி போலும். How Surya and his power, his kiranas, his rays is called as his wife. Surya and his Shakti, how they are inseparable. Indra and Shachi Devi, how they are inseparable. Somadeva and his consort, Rohini Devi, how they are inseparable. These are Devatas. And then she is telling another group who are her inspirers, who are her role models. Always, whichever role model you set, you can go until to the top. Don't think practically I can only do this much. Swami Vivekananda used to say, if you want to reach the top of the tree, aim for sky. Then only you can at least start and reach top of the tree, to some extent in the tree. If you only aim only for the top of the tree, you wouldn't even get up from the floor. So some places you don't need to be always practical. Thinking wise, dreaming wise, dream big, achieve more. Think I can achieve. If not I, then who? If not now, then when? Write it on your walls, write it on your papers, write it on your books. If not now, then who will do this good thing? Who will be able to do this? If not now, then when can I do this? This is the time, and I am the person who's going to do it. I will do it. There could be some faults, there could be some pitfalls, there could be some difficulties on our path, but don't give up. We have got these kind of inspirers. Sita Devi is giving a list of role models for her. She is telling all the Devatas are the role models. The Devis and Devatas, they are my role models. And then she is saying, Vasishta Muni Vare Arundhati Polum. Whatever penance that old man is in, Arundhati Devi is happily following him. Whatever way he lives, she is just following him. Chittara Matiriye Anasuye Polum. I have seen with my own eyes that penance-filled Anasuya Mata, who is vibrant, who is with all the splendor of her chastity as tapasya. And I am like Anasuya Mata, following her Lord Atri Devata. I am following my Lord. Ramane Yaningu Anusarikindren. After saying Rishis, she is, and then Sukanya Shavanam Yata. Sukanya's story is so beautiful. How a Rajakanika has become a follower of a sagely husband. Once that Sukanya's father has gone for the hunting grounds, some camping in the forest with all his people, with all his mantris, talabatis, and everybody were following him. They went to the forest, and he had taken his family also along. Sukanya was a small child by then, maybe around 13, 14 years old probably. She was such a small girl. And they were all playing around, maybe around 16 years. They were all playing around. They all reached the ashrama side of Shavana Maharshi. The Maharishi was in penance, so his Sishyas were there. Sishyas were attending to the needs of the king and their parivara. The king was staying there at that night. The next day also the king was staying in that place. Probably in the mid-afternoon, they all got severe stomach pain. They were all the people in the army, everybody was getting severe stomach pain. The king thought, what happened? One or two person, then we can understand. Every one of us are having the pain. So he went to the Sishyas of Shavana Maharshi and asked, did we do any mistake to thy penanceful place? So because of that we are getting affected. Living with great men, probably that could also be possible in our life. But in such cases, whatever good deed you do, you will get lot of good results. The same way, if you do any bad deeds, that will also has their own results. So, it's better not to be with noblemen. That's not the conclusion here. We have to be with noblemen because we will get a chance to correct ourselves. With a small mistake, we will get the result immediately. And then how? Somehow, maybe through the lectures or through some other thing, we will get some result. Then we will feel, okay, this is for what I did wrong. I will rectify myself. I have hope to go ahead. I have positivity around me. I still have ways to think about positive things and get going. That is called ashrama. So I got an ashrama life. I am so happy. Like that we can go. So in such a kind of ashrama, if somebody is doing mistake, obviously they will get the result of the bad deed. So the king was worried. Did we do anything wrong? So we got these kind of difficulties. And they were started asking around, what could be wrong? Anybody did anything wrong? Anybody did something unusual? At that time, the Sukanya and her friends are coming near the father. And then Sukanya said, I did a mistake. What happened, Amma? What did you do? What did you do? Half an hour ago, we were all playing in the banks of that river. And at that river side, we saw a huge ant hill. Ant hill na put. We saw an ant hill. And I saw two lights coming from that ant hill. Chamak chamakana, I saw two bright lights from the ant hill. I was very inquisitive. I wanted to see what is the source of the light. So I took a stick, some samit nearby. She took the stick and she put the two sticks inside that light hole and she was trying to poke it out. What is causing that light? So she was trying to take it out. The moment she did it, it was bleeding. The ant hill was bleeding. I got so scared. I dropped the stick and we all came out running. Oh, the Shishyas got so scared. Did you go to that side? They were asking about some side. Southern side? That is where you saw the ant hill? Yes, she said. Oh my God, that is where our Guru Shavana is doing the tapasya. That was the ant hill over him. Probably the light you have seen is the Netra Jyoti of our Shavana Maharshi. Let's all go and get the, for whatever we did, only the Rishi can maybe cure us of our sins. Let's go. When they all went there, they were seeing the blood still coming out of that ant hill, and they all removed the ant hill, and the Shavana's eyes were where the eyes were, now it was bleeding from that spot. And then they slowly took him out of his penance. He was deep into the meditation, he couldn't even realize it. But knowingly or unknowingly, if you do a mistake, the result will come to you. That is our Sanatana Dharma. So if you don't want to do mistake, accept whatever you have already done with a great courage that I am going to be a good person hereafter. You accept the wrong deeds result and make sure you don't do anything wrong further. So that is how the results of the wrong deeds should motivate you into, okay, I have got the punishment, let me be like whatever I am. That is not the answer. The more wrong deeds we are going to do, though we are going to get more punishments. It's better, one time I did the wrong deed, I got the punishment, let it be a lesson for me that I won't do further. That is how we have to be. So the king and all his prajas who had come along, even Sukanya and everyone was ready to accept the punishment, but all of them want the Rishi to be getting better. So when they were trembling like that, the Rishi came out of his meditation and he said, I understand what happened. Let me cure you all, but king, I should have someone to serve me. Since Sukanya did it, let her alone atone to her works and let her be here with me. Let her be my wife and you all can go back. And the king was so happy that all his prajas could be saved from the anger of the Rishi. And Sukanya, he thought it's a blessing in disguise to live with the sage, to attend to him. Sukanya also readily accepted it. And she lived with her husband, and though he was a very old person, she was always attending to all his needs. And after a while, later on, being happy with her penance, Shavana had taken a form of a yuva and then lived a marriage life with his wife Sukanya. So that is how her story goes. But always don't be afraid of sincere works. Sometimes, you have to work hard to achieve things, but the result of the hard work will definitely be obtained. Sukanya, ready to accept her mistake, atone to her sins, she worked with passion, with sincerity, and because of it, she got a great life with that sage. Whatever happy life she can get in the world, he gave everything to her. He had taken care of her well. So for all your good deeds, you will definitely get good results. So that is how Sukanya lived. And if you take Savitri Mata, Savitri was a young and able princess. Her father wanted to get her married when she attained the age of a woman in which she can get married. But Savitri is very learned and very chamatkara lady. So her father said, Amma, whoever you want to marry, you yourself choose. So that varam can be chosen by the lady herself. If she has the maturity and she wants, she can do it. Her father told her, go around the world, wherever you want to go. Whichever varan you want to choose, the one as a groom for you, you can choose. Because the father knows the maturity of this girl. And she was traveling all around the places. At that time, when she was crossing through a forest area, there she saw a person who was a hunter, who was a woodcutter. He was cutting the woods, logs, and he was taking the veragu sumandendu pora orthana pakra. He looked very heroic, but he also looked a poor person. But the moment she saw him, something in her mind, she was observing his actions. She thought he's a virtuous person. She felt he's a virtuous person and he's going to be my husband. So she decided on it, and then she comes back to her father and tells that. That was the time sage Narada also comes and he informs about that guy. He says he is the King Dyumatsena's son, Satyavan. And such a noble family, but they were cheated by their own allies, and so the king Dyumatsena lost his kingdom. Now he is in the forest with his wife and with his son, and they both have become so old, they lost their eyes, they are blind, and so the son is attending to the parents, and they are all living in the forest. He's just a woodcutter. He collects the wood and makes the logs and sells, and whatever he gets out of it, they are living their life. Such a simple life, Amma. You are the princess of this country. How can you go and live with such a person? They are principled persons. They will not even come to the country. So when you get married, you have to go and live in the forest. She said, once my mind is set upon someone as my husband, whether he is a Dinova, Raji Hinova, Yome Bharta, Same Guruhu. He can be a poor person, but as long as he is a virtuous person, I am fine with that. See, sometimes once after the marriage, if the husband becomes poor, is it right for the lady to give up on her husband? No, right? Like that, my mind is fixed. He is my husband, so he will walk through the fire and ice with him. That's what she said. Then Narada called her alone and he said, there is one more thing I want to tell you. What is that thing? She asked. He has only one more year of life left in him. ஒரு வருஷம் கழிச்சு சத்யவான் செத்து போயிடுவான். That is his destiny. அதுதான் அவனோட விதி. Do you still want to marry him? She said, oh, he has one more year. I am lucky to live even that one more year with him. He is my husband. I know how to safeguard him. I want to live with him. The moment my mind says he is my husband, he is my husband. I will walk through everything with him. I will protect him. The pativrata dam vartaku raksha அப்படின்னு அண்ணா சொல்லுவா. That is her chastity is the penance. So she said, I will go through this. Then she got married and she moved into the forest. For one whole year, she was serving her husband and her in-laws. They were so happy. They thought they are very, very fortunate to have such a virtuous girl as her, as their daughter-in-law. But the time flies. There is only 6 more months left. There was only 3 more months left. There were 1 more month left. There is only a week left. And there were only 2 days left. At that time, Savitri comes to Satyavan. She says, Natha, I want to do a penance. I want to do a vratam. Savitri vratam. I want to do a vratam. I want to be in Kashta Maunam. I want to pray to Sun God, she says. Maunam we all know, not talking. Kashta Maunam means even their senses, the external senses, internal senses, nothing will talk. Everything. Kashta means log. How the log doesn't move. Like this person will be without moving, they will be just in the position what they are. Without moving any movement. Mind level, body level, no way they make any movement. That is called Kashta Maunam. She says, I want to be in Kashta Maunam. He said, why do you want to, make yourself suffering, ma? Why do you have to go through all this kind of things? We are all fine now. Why do you want to do? I don't want to see you having troubles, having suffering. She said, no, please give me permission. Then he gave permission. He said, okay, ma, so be it. And in-laws also gave her permission. That one full day, there is only one more day left. The next day is when his last day is announced. So today she was in complete Kashtamanam from morning to evening, like looking at Surya Devata. She was prostrating herself, submitting herself through all the senses to Surya Devata and praying for her husband, and she was in Kashtamanam. The next day dawned. She came out of her Maunam, and today Satyavan is getting ready to go to the forest again to collect the logs, and she says, can I also come with you? She had never asked that I will also come into the forest with you, all those things. So he thought, okay, it will be good. We both can go around. I will take her along and show the places. It will be fun. So they both got permission from their parents and they got into the forest. That day he thought, let me not do my work today. Now Savitri is there with me. I will take her around and show the beauty of the forest. So he was taking her everywhere, showing all the places. But Manhiman, she was so worried. Any time can be that moment when Satyavan can be taken away from me. She was so alertful. Satyavan is asking, what is bothering you? You look different. Anything bothering you, Amma? Are you hungry? Are you not well? The whole yesterday you were suffering. Maybe that is the reason. He loves her so much. He gives all his affection to her. And then she says, no, nothing. I'm fine. And when they were moving around at one particular time, it was almost mid of the day, that one particular time, he says, Savitri, I don't know what happened. I'm getting chakkar. I'm like getting some BP raised, or I'm getting everything dark. Let me lie down on your lap for a while. And Savitri understood, this is the moment. Satyavan might leave me. And then he lies on her lap and he dies. Savitri, because of her penance, she was able to see Lord Dharmaraja with her eyes. Because Satyavan was serving his parents, he was a virtuous person. Devatas themselves come and take such a virtuous person. There was one such person in Ramayana for whom Indra himself came. Who was that person? That Rishi Kumara, because he was serving his parents. So as long as whatever duty you have, you fulfill this duty with all passion and with sincerity, Devatas will respect you for that. Your life will be so beautiful as long as you do all your duty with sincerity. This person was also attending to his parents. So Yamadharmaraja himself, the Lord of Justice himself, has come to take this soul away. This is a great soul. So Yamakinkaras didn't come. Yamadharma himself came, and when he came and took the Satyavan is living as a Sukshma Sharira. So she was able to see all those things. And when Yamadharmaraja started from the place, Savitri followed him. And Yamadharmaraja turned back and he understood her tapasya. That's why she was able to follow the Dharmaraja. She was able to see. He was happy about her tapasya. He said, "Oh noble lady, why are you following me? Do you want to take your husband's life back?" She said, "No." "Then why are you following me? I know you are a person of dharma, so I want to tell some dharma to you, dharmic things to you." "Oh, I will love to hear all dharmic things in the world." "Yeah, speak away, my girl." And then Savitri is saying, because of the dharmatmas, all the people in the world are getting the benefits from the devatas. Nallar oruvar ularel, avar poruttu ellorkum poyyum malai. So because of the good persons, as long as you are good, just be a good person, Devatas will be happy that the Vayu is flowing, Varuna is, flowing. They will be happy because you are a good person. So along with you, some more people will also be benefited. So as long as you are good, you are bringing benefits to many people. So be a good person. You can help others. So that is how sadhu people are living as good people for others, for the sake of others. When Dharmaraja heard it, he was so happy. "Savitri, I am so happy. I am pleased with the dharma you are telling. My dear girl, ask away any boon, but not Satyavan." She said, my in-laws are very old. They can't see. I want them to get the eyesight. Dharmaraja said, "So be it." And then he started moving further, and Savitri was following him. And he was asking her, "My dear girl, do you want to take your husband's life back?" He said, "Why you are coming behind me?" She said, No, I want to tell more dharma to you, dharmic things to you." "Okay, go ahead, tell that." And then she was further explaining how good people are refuge to many people in the world. Because of such good natured people, other people can always find a role model. Upon them, they can go and confess their things. They can get some support. They can be getting the role models. So, and that is how good people live for others. When she was explaining all dharmic things, Yamadharmaraja was again pleased. And he said, very good, my dear. Such a nice daughter you are to your parents. I can feel that. Ask away anything but not your husband's life." She said, "My father-in-law lost the kingdom by treachery. Somebody cheated him. I want him to get the kingdom back." "Oh, so be it." When Dharmaraja first said, "Let them get the eyes," in ashrama they were there, all of a sudden they are able to see. What happened? We are able to see like that. They were very surprised. And now he said, "So be it." At that time, his father-in-law's another friend came and he said, "I have sent away all your enemies. I fought against your enemies. Got your kingdom back, my dear friend. Come back to the palace. Now you can rule the kingdom." Like that, he is coming and telling. When Savitri is traveling here and doing these things, they are getting the benefits. And then Savitri was following. And again, at that time, Yamadharmaraja was asking, "Are you following to get your husband back?" "No, I want to say more dharma things." "Yes, tell me more dharmic things." She was explaining more dharmic virtues, how all the devatas are, moving around in the world because of the noble people. So she was explaining all those things, and then Dharmaraja was so happy and he asked her, "My dear daughter, ask away anything but not your husband's life." She said, "I want to have santanam, sat santanam. I want to have good children." He said, "So be it." And then he started moving. And Savitri again followed. This time Yamadharmaraja asked, "Do you want to say more dharma? That is why you are following me?" She said, "No, I want to take my husband back, so I am following you." He said, "I already told you, you can't ask for that, but anything." She said, "Devatas never tell lies, right?" "Yes, we never tell lie. So whatever boons you have given me are satyam, right?" Yes, they are a promise, they are satyam. I won't give up my word." "And you said I can have children. If you take my husband away, how can I have children?" I can only have children by going back home living with my husband. So you have to give my husband back so that you won't go back in your words. When Savitri was so smart, Yamadharmaraja can't help himself praising her. Then he said, yes, you have won over the Mrityu itself. This story has a lot of spiritual background and spiritual depth also. As long as you are in your dharma, you are very sincere, you can cross the mortal life. You can be immortal by your virtuous deeds. So that's a very small takeaway we can take it from this story. But it is also a beautiful story of inspiration for all of us to follow our deeds, our good deeds, virtuous deeds. And such Savitri is my pioneer. How can I touch Ravana even with the toe rings of me? And Sita was telling such a beautiful story of chastity. These demons cannot understand. They continue to shout at her. But at that time, Trijata, one good soul in that place, she gets up and she stops all these Rakshasis by telling how good omens are happening for Sita's sake, how she dreamt like Sita's Lord won over Ravana, and how Ravana met with his misfortune and fallen into the pit of all the kinds of malam, all the kinds of dung, and then how he was pulled by Kali Kardamalitnangi, by a woman with black robe towards the southern direction, how only Vibhishana was in a very beautiful Simhasana with the 4 good Rakshasas, how all Lanka was burnt by the Vanara, and when she was explaining all those things, Sita's left bhujam is shaking a bit. She is explaining all those things and she says, this lady's Lord is going to win over all the wrong people, and if you all want to live a life, just prostrate to her. She will take care of you all. When she said all such things, I'm not sure whether the demon is followed or not, even out of fear. But because what you can't see, you don't accept it. That is a very materialistic kind of life, and that is what they are living. Probably they wouldn't have foreseen to that level as Trijata. But Sita Devi Manhiman, she said, I will be a refuge to all of them one day. I know my Lord will win. At that time, I will take care of these people, though these people torture me today. That is Sita Devi, and with the biggest heart of Sita Devi in our heart, contemplating the same, we will finish the story session today. Janaki Kanta Smaranam, Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Palama, ready agela? Yaar padapore. Okay, Daksha. Then Mega, Shubhankriya. 3 பேர். First answer நான் பாடுறேன். Second, third, fourth. Okay? சேர்ந்துக்கலாம். அவளோட யாராவது சேர்ந்துன்னு பாடிக்கலாம். மைக் எடுத்துக்கிறா? புகையில் மாறைந்த வேள்வித்தியோ இவள், புகையில் மாறைந்த வேள்வித்தியோ இவள், சேற்றில் மறைந்த தாமரையோ, மணலில் மறைந்த தங்க பதுமாயோ, தங்க பதுமாயோ, மேகத்தில் மறைந்த நிலவின் வடிவோ, மேகத்தில் மறைந்த நிலவின் வடிவோ, அன்னையை கண்ட வானரனும் அங்கு, அன்னையை கண்ட வானரனும் அங்கு, கண்ணீர் மல்கியே கை குவித்தார், கண்ணீர்
கணக்கலதையோ காதலனை பிரிந்த கிரௌஞ்ச பறவையோ
காதலனை பிரிந்த
கிரௌஞ்ச பறவையோ மறைந்த பொருள் கொண்ட திருமறையோ இவள்
மறைந்த பொருள்
கொண்ட திருமறையோ இவள் மறையா பூகள் மிக்க பண்வடிவோ
மறையா பூகள் நீக்க பண்படிவோ அன்னையை கண்ட வானரனும் அங்கு கண்ணீர் மல்கியே கை குவிந்தார்.
எவளை நாடிய ராமன் வில் முறித்தாரோ எவளை
ராமன்
வில் முறித்தாரோ அவளை தேடியே காட்டில் சஞ்சரித்தாரோ
எவளை தேடியே காட்டில் சஞ்சரித்தாரோ
எவளை வேண்டியே கவிப்படை திரட்டினாரோ
எவளை வேண்டியே கவி படை திரட்டினாரோ
அவளை கண்டே நீங்கு என்றுணர்ந்தார்
அவளை கண்டேன் என்று அன்னையை கண்ட வானரனும்
அங்கு கண்ணீர் மல்கியே கை குவித்தார். உடலையும் உயிரையும் உள்ளத்தையும் ரகு உடலையும் உயிரையும் உள்ளத்தையும் ரகு ராமனின் பொருளே அர்ப்பணித்தார். ராமனின் பொருளே அர்ப்பணித்தார். அன்பின் தவத்தே கற்பின்படி வாய். அன்பின்
கற்பின் வடிவாய்
அரங்கனின் உள்ளத்து குடிகொண்டார்.
அரங்கனின் உள்ளத்து
குடிகொண்டார். அன்னையை கண்ட வானரனும் அங்கு அன்னின் நீர் மல்கியே கை
हरे रघुवीरा हरे रघुवीरा परम
हरे रघुवीरा परम पवित्रा
हरे रघुवीरा परम पवित्रा
हरे रघुवीरा परम पवित्रा राघवा राजीव नेत्रा राघवा राजीव नेत्रा हरे रघुवीरा परम पवित्रा हरे रघुवीरा परम पवित्रा राघवा राजीव नेत्रा हरे राघवा राजीव नेत्रा राघवा राजीव नेत्रा राम राघवा राजीव नेत्रा राम राघवा राजीव नेत्रा राघवा राजीव नेत्रा हरे रघुवीरा परम पवित्रा हरे रघुवीरा परम पवित्रा राघवा राजीव नेत्रा राम राघवा राजीव नेत्रा राम राजीव नेत्रा
मारुति स्तुति சொல்ல மானுடம் விதிவல்ல மாருதி ஸ்துதி சொல்ல மானுடம் விதிவல்ல போர் புரிந்த மன்றாமன் ஜகம் போற்றுகின்ற பரந்தான் புரிந்தவன் மஞ்சகம் போற்றுகின்ற பரந்தான் ராமச்சந்திர ரகுவீரா ராமச்சந்திர ரணதீரா ராமச்சந்திர रामचंद्र உறவு கொள்ளும் உயிராவான் கருணை கூறும் விழியாவான் உறவு கொள்ளும் உயிராவான் राजाधिराज रामचंद्र महाराज की दासाची संपत्ती राम सीता जीवाच्या संगाती राम एक दासाची संपत्ती राम सीतापती दासाची राम सीतापती जीवाच्या संगती राम एक தாசர்களின் புகழிடம் ராம சீதா பதி. தாசர்களின் செல்வன் ராம சீதா பதி. ஜீவர்களின் புகலிடம் ராமன் ஒன்றே. ராம ஏக மாதா ராம ஏக பிதா. ராம ஏக ப்ராதா சகோதர. ராமனே நம் அன்னை ராமனே நம் தந்தை. ராமனே நம் அண்ணல் சகோதரன். சகோதர வித்யா வைபவ காஞ்சன. சர்வகா ஸ்வஜன ராம ஏக. சகோதரன் வீத்யை வைபவ காஞ்சனம். இந்த ஜனம் யாவும் எங்கள் ராமனே. ராம ஏக சுவாமி ராமகா கைவாரி. लाभ या संसारी राम एक रामनेनं स्वामी रामने उद्धारकन् रामनेनं स्वामी रामने उद्धारकन् लाभमुं संसारमुं रामन् ஒன்றே राम एक ज्ञान राम एक ध्यान ராமன் ஒன்றை ஞானம். ராமனே சமாதானம், இது ராமதாஸ்யம். ஸ்ரீராம் ஜெய ராம் ஜெய ஜெய ராம். ஸ்ரீராம் ஜெய ராம் ஜெய ஜெய ராம். श्रीराम जय राम जय जय राम. 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 ராமனே சமாதானம், இது ராமதாஸ்யம். कल्याणी समेत कल्याण राम स्वामी की जय. श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज, निज मन मुकुर सुधार. रघुवर विमल यश, जोदायक फलचार. बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके, सुमिरो पवन कुमार. बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि, हरौ कलेश विकार. जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीश लोक उजागर. रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा. महावीर विक्रम भजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी. कंचन वरण विराज सुवेशा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केशा. हाथ वज्र और गदा विराज, कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साज. शंकर सुमन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन. विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर. प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया. राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय, बोलो हनुमान की. राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय, बोलो हनुमान की. रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा. भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज सवारे. लाय संजीवन
भाई सहस बदन तुमरो यश गावे श्रीपद कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीषा नारद शारद सहित अधीशा ब्रह्म कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाँ ते कवि कोविद कहे कहाँ ते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवन कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र योजन पर भानु लील्यो दाहि मधुर फल जानु प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जल गिलानि जय अचरज नाहि दुर्गम दास जगत के थे सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे थे हम दुआरे तुम रखवारे हो तन आज्ञा बिन पैसारे सब सुख है तुम्हारी करना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज संहारो आप तीनों लोक हड़क के ताड़े भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की से रोग हरे सब पीड़ा जपत निरंतर हनुमत पीरा संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ज्ञान जो दावे जग पर राम तपस्वी राजा जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे चारों युग प्रताप तुम्हारा प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रमो रघुपति के दाता अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रमो रघुपति के दाता राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे काल रघुवर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्त न धरई हनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करई सब पीड़ा जो सुमिले हनुमत बलवीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा कर गुरुदेव की नाहि जो शत बार पाठ कर कोई झूठ ही बंधि महासुख होई जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साकी गौरीशा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा कीजे नाथ हृदय मांडेरा कीजे नाथ हृदय मांडेरा राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की राम लक्ष्मण
हनुमान की जय बोलो हनुमान की उडाला जाऊली लंका आला बाबा मारुती उडाला जाऊली लंका आला बाबा मारुती आला बाबा मारुती आला रे बाबा मारुती आला बाबा मारुती आला रे बाबा मारुती उडाला 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 जाऊली लंका आला बाबा मारुती उडाला जाऊली लंका आला बाबा मारुती उडाला जाऊली लंका आला बाबा मारुती आला बाबा मारुती आला रे बाबा मारुती आला बाबा मारुती आला रे बाबा मारुती उडाला 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 जाऊली लंका आला बाबा मारुती उडाला उडाला जाऊली लंका आला बाबा मारुती आला बाबा मारुती आला रे बाबा मारुती आला बाबा मारुती आला रे बाबा मारुती डाला जाऊली लंका आला बाबा मारुती उडाला जाऊली लंका आला बाबा मारुती आला बाबा मारुती आला रे बाबा मारुती उडाला 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 जाऊली लंका आला बाबा मारुती जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय बोलो वीर धीर पराक्रम आंजनेय स्वामी की जय बोलो सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की मणिमय रमणीय राजभवने
कल्याण वैभवं दशविध सुगंधि द्रव्य धूपे दगदग ज्वलित कर्पूर दीपे सीता कल्याण वैभवं बहुविध शोभन द्रव्य संपूर्णे बाहुक प्रेमिका जन संकीर्णे सीता कल्याण वैभवम्
स्वागतं स्वागतं जानकी रामा स्वागतं स्वागतं सम्पूर्ण कामा उपवेश नवरत्न मणिमय मंजे सहसीता जाते नवपुष्प कुंजे लिम्पामि पदयोर लक्तकं ललितम् अम्बोध समनील नवरा मिलितं मलज चन्दनं वक्षसि विपुले मङ्गल विग्रह कलयामि विमले कस्तूरी तिलकं ते विलिकामि ललाटे कमलाक्ष रघुवीरा परिशोभितक्रीटे माधवी मल्लिका मरुवर्गमाला माधवातपकण्ठे धृत्वा कुरुलीला मेलादि संयुक्तं गुडमेश्रं क्षीरम् ईलालकरघुनायक पिबतं दरमधुरं कर्पूर परिमलं ताम्बूलं निहते प्रददामि स्वीकुरु सरसं दाशरथे अधिरोह्य सीतया नवरत्न डोला अनुज्ञाप्य प्रेमीकं कुरु प्रेम लीलां स्वागतं स्वागतं जानकी रामा
मारुत
चञ्चल धीरोद्रे मन्दारादिक कुसुम सुगन्धे विहरति रघुवीरः सीतया विहरति रघुवीरः सरस संगीत रस परिपूर्णे वसंत विराजित उद्यानवने विहरति रघुवीरः सीतया विहरति रघुवीरः पुष्पविनिर्मित कण्डूकेन प्रेमिका प्रियया प्रियवचनेन विहरति रघुवीरः सीतया विहरति रघुवीरः
जय जय रघुवीर श्रीराजपुत्र जय जय सौमित्री प्रेमैकपात्र जय जय सुग्रीव दासेन्द्रमित्र जय जय पादोद सच्चाय गात्र जय जय संपुल्ल रक्ताब्जनेत्रा जय ब्रह्मादि सुरकृतस्तोत्र जय जय वाल्मीकि कृतसच्चरित्र जय जय पवमान तनयाब्जमित्र जय जय साकेत राजराजेन्द्र जय जय सर्वेशा सद्गुणसान्द्र जय जय प्रेमिका तारक मंत्र जय जय मां पाहि श्रीरामचन्द्र जय जय श्रीमती
जनकेशनन्दिनी रतिकोटि सुन्दरी नवकिशोरी सुनयना कुमारी सुरमनोहरी रघुनन्दनानन्द वर्धन करे नवमल्लिका पुष्प मंडित सुवेणी नवरत्न भूषणे मधुरवाणी कल्याण वेश कमनीय रूपिणी कोसल राज कुमार मिनी साकेत साम्राज्य सकल स्वामिनी सरस संगीत रसिक स्वभाविनी सरयू नदी तीर उद्यान विहारिणी शरणं भवदेवी प्रेमिक जननी डोले विलसन्तं वामाङ्कशोभित मैथिलराज नन्दिनी वदनम् आलोकयन्तम् आलोकय सखी राजकुमारं कृपकलादि सखी जन पादित वीणा मृदंगादि संगीतरसिकं तापरहित शारदा चंद्रिका शोभित सुंदर सुमुखम् आलोकय सखी राजकुमारं कुटिल कुंतल भार निबद्धा अभिनव मल्लिका कुसुमहारं निटिल शोभित मृगमदतिलका वदन मृदुहास प्रेमिक मनोहरम् आलोकय सखी राजकुमारम् जय साकेताधीश जय जय राघवेश
जय पीताम्बरा जय शत्रु संहार जय मनोहरा लाली जय दिव्य लावण्य जय जगत पुण्या जय प्रेमिकानन्य जय लोकमान्या लाली जानकी मनोहराय जय मंगलम जलजनील सुंदराय शुभ मंगलम जानकी मनोहराय जय मंगलम पुंडरीकलोचनाय पुंडरविभूषणाय चंद्रवनुवंशदाय जय मंगलम जानकी मनोहराय जय मंगलम पापवृन्दमोचनाय चापवय्यभञ्जनाय भूपचक्रवञ्चनाय जय मङ्गलम् जानकी मनोहराय जय मङ्गलम् कामकोपवर्जिताय सोमशेखराजिताय प्रेमिकेन्द्रपूजिताय जय मङ्गलम् जानकी मनोहराय जय मङ्गलम् जलजनीलसुन्दराय शुभमङ्गलम् जानकी मनोहराय जय मङ्गलम् श्रीमती मंदिरे सकल सौभाग्य संभृतांत पूरे सखी जननी करे सद्गुण निर्भरे सरस श्रृंगार संगीत मुखरे सेश्व सुखम प्रभो नंदहास वदना मणिमाया भू
कल्याण गुणा मैथिली मोहना मंजूळ भाषणा मल्लिका मंदार मालिका भरणा सेश्व सुखम प्रभो राकेन्दु वदनया रसनीय वचनया रत्नमय दिव्य विविध भूषणया रम्य सद्गुणया राजेन्द्र तनयया रमस्वर घूवीरा प्रेम परिपूर्णया सेश्व सुखम प्रभो श्रीराम सीतया साकं समवाप्तकाम सेश्व सुखं प्रभो नानाविधमनिरञ्जितमञ्जे परिमलकुसुम कल्पिततल्पेष्वसुखं मैथिलभूपतितनयया आलोक्यकेशया प्रियया श्रेष्ठसुखम् कारुण्यगर्भितप्रेम विलास कौसल्य हृदय कमलनिवासा श्रेष्ठसुखम् श्रीरघुवीरा श्रेष्ठसुखम् मनुपुगर्कोसलयितम् மணிவனே தென்னிலங்கை கோன்மொழிகள் சிந்து விதாசன் பொன்சே கண்ணினமாயகள் குடேஸ்வர் கண்ணபுரத்தின் கருமணியே என்னுடைய என்ன முதல் ராகவனே தாலேலோ என்னுடைய இன்னமுதே ராகவனே தாலேலோ
लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु यतः अभ्युदया निःश्रेयस सिद्धिः सधर्मः वेदाः प्रमाणं धर्मस्य धर्मो रक्षति रक्षितः रामो विग्रहवान् धर्मः रामोपासनेन धर्मवृद्धिः रामार्तवास्मि वाल्कये रामनागुं ராமனே வாழ்வமாகும் ராமனே வாழ்வதனில் வாழ்க்கையே ராமன் தனில் ராமனே ராஜ்யம்தான் தேவ சாம்ராஜ்யம் கான்.
ராகவன்